remembers what happened last session and who is willing to recount it? Show of hands. Alright, okay. Let's make this easier. Whoever is currently drinking something gets to recap.
Cassidy got a date.
Can't recap swap.
It may
What
be
was that?
a
What was
setup.
that? Say that again?
Well, if you did that, the keyboard wouldn't be sticking.
Wow, we've got all this backed up loot that we just haven't gotten out in the last couple of weeks. Demonetized.
For all your bullshit.
Did I misspell demonetized? Or
No, it
does
worked.
the command? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Guy isn't dead. So Guy isn't dead. Guy just went, super, super spite train. And that's a problem. So,
No. I will step in. He is fucking dead. Like, he has shuffled off this mortal coil. He just has not ceased to be.
Okay, the problem is Jed has such a white verbiage in this.
Actually, it doesn't. It doesn't. Dead means you are no longer breathing.
So
technically, a lot of us are dead.
So hard, he died.
Say that again.
He smited himself so hard, he died.
Yes.
Say no to spite, kids.
Say no to spite.
Spite, not smite.
I said spite. I'm sick. Be nice to me.
No, I said smite.
And I was willing to give up my birthday to hang out with you people.
Well, that'll come up later.
Unwanted, unloved, unappreciated. Anyways, Cassidy got herself a date with a guy who's totally spying on us because go Cassidy. We gotta go hang out with Deadhead Radio.
You are literally just doing this to spite me now.
Say no to spite, kids. Sinclair ran off to be emo as fuck because, well, he wanted to do experiments on Cassidy. And it had nothing to do with the fact that she could change her clothes, but totally had to do with the fact that she could change her clothes.
To be fair, he didn't want to do experiments on me. We took care of that earlier in this story. He wanted to do experiments with parts of me unattached.
Well, to be
And it's not the fun
perfectly
parts.
honest, the previous experiments, he wanted to run more tests there too.
But God forbid, emotions are hard, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Especially
they are.
when you have a peanut gallery.
Yeah, a peanut gallery makes it very difficult.
Hey, well, we have rules now.
We drink our alcoholic beverages and eat our popcorn in silence.
Yes.
Yes, DC game night. Also, Agami, thank you for reminding everybody that Yi was dead. Sorry, I didn't see your message earlier. Welcome to tonight's stream. But all right, so
We love you, lurkers.
a needle pulling thread. You have a few hours, maybe an hour. Actually, I take it back. You have an hour before your meeting with Terrence Green. You also have an hour before this quote-unquote date with this random government person that you met. And I believe you were still debating about whether or not you wanted to either leave them hanging or actually go to meet them.
I think the plan I settled on was that I was going to go to the coffee house, but I'm not actually meeting them for the date. I'm gonna go to the coffee house with my appearance changed so they don't recognize me, and I'm gonna see if I can figure out anything by watching them wait, see if they slip up and kind of scope out what kind of setup they were doing, see who all came along trying to be undetected.
She's finding her chaperones.
Basically,
Technically, I'm the sapper.
yeah,
Which may be a problem, because if they know what you look like, they probably know what the rest of us fuckers look like. I'm sorry, I'm in a mood, chat. I'm gonna keep swearing tonight.
No, you are allowed to be in a mood and all that tonight. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Okay, so so Cassidy is going alone, or is somebody going with Cassidy?
I'm going with Cassidy. I'm gonna watch over the stuff going on, probably from a car.
Someone to watch over me.
Always feel like somebody's watching me, and I get no privacy.
Well, that's because you keep ruining keyboards. But then, so we've got MK and Lee are going to the meeting with Terrence Green.
Dead Man Radio?
The meeting with Terrence Green. Somebody's just being contrary today.
Radio-free death.
Dead Man Tell No Tales Radio?
Thank you for that host there, Dragon Cat.
Woo! Dragon Cat!
So, let's see. Cassidy, we'll start with you and Morgan. How are you transporting yourselves?
No, you can't take the car.
Well, since I have to be manifested anyway, I guess I might as well manifest beforehand, and we can take a normal car.
Why do you need to be manifested?
Well, because I was going to, because again, I'm going undercover. I'm actually going to, be there, visible. Because I also figured they actually have,
Dead
what's
eyes.
the word I'm looking for here? Yes, thank you. I imagine that they have dead eyes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So my plan was it would be a little less conspicuous rather than a ghost spontaneously chilling in the coffee house staring at the person who's meeting a ghost versus an actual person, because I am changing my appearance when I'm going to manifest, and then I'm also changing my appearance, so I'm a boy.
Okay.
Going full on undercover.
All right. So, are you taking your body with you, Morgan, or are you dropping the meat and going there yourself? Or going there in spirit?
I think it's a safer bet for me to leave my meat at home.
It's about 30 minutes to get there from the house. So you're going to want to keep that in mind for the express purposes of spending vitality. Because every hour you're out of your body, you're having to spend vitality to stay projected.
We have not rested since last time?
No, you have not.
Okay.
But it's going to be an hour.
Yeah. So you'll get, if you have Dynamo, you'll get 4 back. If you don't have Dynamo, you only get 1.
Okay, I get the 4 back, but do I need to spend any for being out of my body?
You will need to project, no. To project the first, jumping out, yes, you spend 1. But then it's 1 for every hour after that to stay projected.
Okay, so by the time we reach the coffee shop, I should have expended 1 vitality.
Yes, you should only have needed to expend 1. How are you driving there?
Cassidy, you could drive.
I double check my skills. Yes, I can. I can drive.
That means you're going to have to manifest before you get to the coffee shop.
Yeah, no, that was my plan, because I didn't want to manifest too close to the coffee shop, because I imagine they also have people surrounding the coffee shop watching.
That's fair. Morgan, are you going to manifest?
Not yet.
Okay. jumping to our other group, MK and Lee. How are you guys going? One of you doesn't really have a choice. They don't have a body anymore.
I take the bus.
Okay.
In part. Wait, how far away is this meeting?
It's about an hour away. Something like that.
How far away is this meeting Lee driving?
Lee driving, it's about 45 minutes.
Okay, I'll just drop the meet and we'll go in Lee's car.
Okay. Misplacing windows. All right. Let me.
Probably on your.
Skittish. Even or odds?
Even, Steven.
Oh, hey, it's an even. So we're gonna start with Skittish with MK and with Lee.
Because we did the bad thing, guys.
Don't you know you never split the party?
Wait, if it's a party, can I have cake?
No. Because you're sick.
Cake is good when
Cake's good to celebrate birthdays.
Okay. The location given for your meeting was a place called Morgan Lofts. It is a nice, kind of fancy place downtown with a nice pool and various accoutrements. This is a kind of ritzy joint. Lee, you wouldn't be caught. You would never have been caught dead here. Hilariously, you're now dead here.
If I was caught here before, I would have been dead.
Pretty much.
I had nothing nice to say. I had something to say, but I had nothing nice to say.
If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything else.
So how much was Cassidy paid while at this hotel?
That's a good question. And unfortunately, Dahlia stepped away from the has stepped away from the computer. It is not a hotel. It is in fact a condominiums. It is a place of residence rather than a place you would take a streetwalker, no matter how high class she was.
They prefer to be called sex workers.
Sponsor me, Dr. Pepper.
So we head down to the hotel condominium of, we don't like your type here.
Pretty much. Thankfully, you guys are actually dead.
Dead?
Or not in your bodies, so pretty much
The
nobody
cops
notices
aren't
you.
immediately called.
No.
I'm pretty sure I could walk in and not be questioned, though.
I don't have a hope in hell.
Snowball's chance. Snowball chance.
No, the snowball has better odds.
It's a very nice hotel. A very beautiful view. Very nice condo with a very beautiful view. The upstairs is a little sparse. There aren't many people. Just some people kind of milling around. There is a nice pool with nice lights underneath it. This is coming up to this level. You notice that it is definitely a place that is it has the velvet ropes. It has all of the exclusive accoutrement. that only specific people get allowed in here. There is softly there is music playing in the background. It is not it's not overwhelming, but it is definitely a dance beat. This is the young life, not the MLM scheme. The like celebrate the fact that you're young and it's time to make bad decisions. What do you do?
We're in hipster land.
No,
It's
you're in
okay.
trust fund money land.
We have hipsters that want to be hipsters.
My daddy's money.
We wait for Deadhead to show up.
Were we supposed to meet him inside, or were we in a specific room, or just at this location?
At this location on the roof.
And so we wait and we wait for the one person who looks like they can see dead things.
I think we need to go up to the roof where the guy's waiting for us.
Is this not the roof?
I don't know. Did we make it to the roof?
Yes, you make it to the roof just fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay. In that case, yes, we wait.
Okay. It's a few minutes, not too much. You look over and you see the you hear a squawking kind of scratchy sound, like interference from the sound system, and there is a rough scratchy noise, and suddenly a being of electricity, like you've seen before, shoots out of the speaker system and arcs down and lands in the middle of the rooftop. The people around you do not seem to notice him at all.
That was a pretty cool trick.
It looks very, very familiar to something that you can do.
Yep. Last time something did that, it tried to eat us.
Yep.
Is this gonna try to eat us? Should I scream at it?
I'm gonna, prepare to charge it if it makes any threatening actions towards us.
This is what you see. As the electrical being kind of shakes itself and the arcs flow away, you see a ghost form. And this is what he looks like. What's the laughing?
Nothing? Everyone else knows what's up.
Alright. MK, I believe this is the person we're waiting on. You're the one they've been talking to.
Also, you feel a ping of vitality, come from the other side of the roof, and you see what looks like a dude just kind of pass the fuck out. He's got an empty beer bottle in one hand, and it's kind of fallen on the ground. He is obviously drunk to the point where he is passed out. You feel this ping as some type of, almost like a golden halo of light flows around his head and then out of it. And it's this amorphous form that comes out of his head itself and then forms onto the floor. And you see it becomes this person.
That's a neat trick.
Oh, it's the Dreamwalker.
Yes. Because they can do shit like that. They can actually travel through people's dreams.
Is she pointing a gun at us?
No, that was just the best, picture I could find for the person I'm going for.
Because if there's pointing a gun at us, I think we're rolling for initiative.
She is not pointing a gun at you.
She can walk in dreams, but can she see from both eyes?
She's not ready for prime time, bitch.
So, yeah. Gauging the situation, because, well, let's be super real. Last night, a very close member of our Crucible decided, hey, I'm gonna join that spite train and I'm taking it all the way. Woo, spite train!
So you see these two entities. They are kind of blinking a bit, getting their bearings. Obviously, you're thinking spite train, woohoo! What do you do?
I'm here to keep the MK safe. This is the MK show. She did all the contact.
Damn it, I hate being in charge! I'm going to give them the common courtesy of getting their bearings while quickly checking where the escape routes are.
Okay. There is, in the immortal words, you're on the roof of a building, so technically in the immortal words of Robin Williams, the exits are here, anywhere.
How many floors is this?
You're about 10 floors up.
Let's be super real. I always have an escape plan. It's called
Ripcord.
Well, let's also not forget, as far as Lee goes, you're dead. It doesn't matter how many floors up you are.
I think falling damage is still damage.
Yeah,
I've done this game before.
So
He's just gonna jump off the roof into his car.
yeah. If nothing else, he will jump off the roof into another car and inhabit before he hits the ground. And then just step out again.
That's immediately what I was thinking he was going to do.
So
I also have some new tricks to try.
we are being polite because, well, someone just went zappity zap, through the power lines. So he might want to feel a little less electric. And Dreamwaker might be, shaking off some sleep. But once they are, gotten their beard, what's the word I'm looking for here, friends?
Normalized.
When they're normalized, MK, while keeping a distance, because the last time I met this person was through my forebode, which is super hella weird.
Vitality is a hell of a drug, man.
Keeping a distance. Hi, how we doing this evening?
You see the woman that you recognize. You remember her name is Grace Ishida. Turns to look at you, MK, and says, "Good, you guys made it. Why are there only two of you?"
Someone has a date with FBI, local police. Who is it?
Alphabet Soup. We
Alphabet
couldn't
Soup.
identify him.
The guy standing next to her says, Whoa. There are feds involved? What the hell is going on? Like, I didn't sign up to meet with any feds."
Well, you're not meeting with any feds. You're meeting with us. The other part of our Crucible is going to go find out what the feds know. Like, if they know about you guys, too.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they knew a little bit about me. I'm Terrence Green. Radio Free Death. You two recognize his voice.
Pleasure to meet you. Dead Man Radio.
Tell him I said he has a nice voice.
My friend Morgan thinks you have a very smooth voice.
Tell him I think he could be a lot less fucking cryptic.
My friend Cassidy, though, thinks that, she doesn't understand puzzles. She doesn't like puzzles.
Doesn't like puzzles?
She's more of a down payment, business as usual kind of person.
Fuck you both.
How much
Can't
is it going to
afford
cost us?
one Sinclair. That's how much it will cost you.
You know what? For you extra, there's a huge down payment.
Which one is you? Is it me, Lee, or both?
Both of you. You know what? Both of you. The price is going to
I
be
still have the
whatever
keys.
you can't afford.
Well,
Do you want me to get this guy's number for you?
Maybe.
Well, tell your friend who doesn't like puzzles that sometimes I have to be cryptic because God knows who's actually listening out there.
Oh, she heard. It's fine.
That sounds just as cryptic as anything else.
Do you want to give him tips on how to run the radio? He should use his sexy sex voice while running the radio? Is that a tip?
But it's already sexy.
I mean, technically, a radio DJ should do that anyway.
Aren't you supposed to be on a date?
She's getting ready. It takes time. It takes time.
I have to figure. You know what?
Figure out
You're
what
just
you
mad
need to
because
wear, and let's see what Terrence wants.
You're just mad that my
Speaking
guy is
of
going to look
which-
cuter than you.
Pause. And let's flip over to the next scene. So all of this conversation is happening as the other two ladies are moving to their destination. I believe you guys were going to meet at Spooky Brews, correct? Or was it a different coffee shop?
No.
The only place that cops meet.
Yeah, I picked Spooky Brews because it was familiar.
Fair enough.
I think he chose Spooky Brews, actually.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I super extra don't trust this shit.
Well, it is the coffee shop that's like right next to the ruins of Orpheus.
Yeah, still though, it's my coffee shop. Cassidy is very claimed, has very much claimed this coffee shop.
Claim.
It's her territory.
It is. I have ruined many a midterm in this coffee shop.
I
Unfortunately,
hate you so much.
I do not have a picture for him. I neglected to get one. Oh well.
We're gonna quickly Google. To the Google!
He is gonna look vaguely like a dude that you guys killed and Huggy ate at one point.
Okay.
I'm sure we run into those often.
He kind of had a taste for that, for people.
He had it coming.
Nondescript government dude.
So, you arrive to Spooky Brews, pulling up the car, having manifested. The place seems relatively quiet. Doesn't look like there's much going on. Doesn't look like there's many people here. Just a few people sitting alone at tables, a couple people chatting. They seem to be dressed like it's very cold outside because it is you guys are in the midst of autumn. But they seem to be wearing heavier clothing than you would normally see people on this time. What do you do?
Well, that's kind of suspicious.
He was dressed suspicious like this too when they were outside Orpheus. He had that big ass parka on.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Well, I don't think we need to talk to him. Can just watch and see what they do when I don't show up. I mean, eventually they're gonna be signaling to each other and trying to, make some kind of motion. Maybe we can see what they do when I don't show up.
Okay, well, I can keep a watch of the cars out here, but it's gonna be all you inside.
I'll let you know if I need
you touch my tra-la-la.
Well timed.
My ding-ding-dong.
Okay.
When everybody goes back to watch the VOD, they will get squishy sound effect, and it was horribly timed. It's funny. So you guys are just kind of scoping them out right now?
Yeah, I already have changed my appearance. Again, I manifested before. Why am I still doing this? I manifested before we left. And I currently look like a typical college guy. I've got like a hoodie and a man bun.
Okay. Hoodie and a man bun.
Yeah, I went with hoodie and a man bun because it was the only thing I could think of. And so I'm going up to, I've walked into the coffee shop. I'm going to go up and order a drink from the barista.
Okay. What are you ordering?
Getting this one's number?
Well, that wouldn't go very well since she would assume I have a penis and I didn't bother to make one.
But you got the other ones! You don't actually have to call.
You gotta catch them all.
Like Pokemon, gotta catch them all.
I just go up and I order a a venti latte with what Cassidy tried to make it sound as like pretentious as possible. She ordered a venti latte with vegan friendly soy.
So this is Spooky Brews. So what you have in sizes are Spook, Ghost, and Spectre.
Why is the large name Spectre?
Because they heard about Spectre Coffee.
Because
Has Spooky Brew heard about Spectre Coffee?
No, they have not. There is nothing on there that says Spectre Coffee.
Plus, I intentionally would not order anything that could possibly be connected with us. And at this point, I'm pretty sure there are rumors amongst all coffee drinkers of a maniacal, suicidal coffee beverage that has been created by a college student in the area.
Squishy, thank you for that, host.
So, I go up and I order a Spectre-sized latte with vegan-friendly soy and cinnamon
At half
sprinkles.
calf with kids' temperature and just a splash of cinnamon on top. There you go.
Do you order everything that Mary Kathleen said, or did you not?
Sure, yeah, that's what I ordered.
As he is sitting and typing this in, one of the things you do notice is that the splash of cinnamon is called the Michener.
It's called what?
The Michener.
Guys, do we have to worry about Spooky Brews? I feel like we need to worry about Spooky Brews.
I mean, maybe that's just where they all got their coffee. I can't say I remember recognizing everyone from Orpheus from all the times I hung out here, but if they weren't writing a paper, I really didn't care most of the time.
It might just be better not to know.
Wait. Cassidy, did you ever fuck my midterm papers?
I plead the fifth. Our connection's breaking up. I seem to be getting some inner spirits.
Some inner spirits, huh? Wow. Okay. Let's see here. So, you order the drink, and they go to making it. You see basically all the people around just kind of milling around. Some people are working on term papers. Some people seem to be just kind of messing around or reading, people talking. Your specific mark is sitting alone in the exact center of Spooky Brews, at his own table.
Does he look sad and lonely?
He is
Question: what name did she give the barista?
That is true. What name did you give the barista?
Did you go into autopilot?
Nope, Cassidy's not that clever. She went with Nick. She told the barista.
Didn't go with Dean or Sam. She went with Nick. Wow.
Wait,
Or Cass.
no. I went with Castiel. I'm going with Castiel. You can't go with Cass because that's still too familiar with my name.
Fair enough. He's just sitting there reading a paper. The guy looks and just kind of shakes his head and writes something on the cup and gets to making it. What do you do, guys?
Is there any movement outside?
Roll me a perception alertness. Difficulty 7.
Does Spooky Brews have like old books or anything that they allow the people in there to just grab and read?
Yeah, they've got that. They've also got some newspaper stands. You don't see anything out of the ordinary, Morgan. Nobody's really moving around other than the normal city traffic.
My image of a male does not look smart enough to grab a newspaper and read it, so I just grab a random book off of the used bookshelf and I kind of take the book and go sit at a table by the window, kind of eyeballing not only Mark but like the people around him, trying to see if there's anyone that doesn't quite fit while I wait for my drink.
Okay. Both of you may make a perception empathy roll. Basically what you're doing here is you're trying to see like body language out of the ordinary, anything like that. And that will be a more extended roll, and we're going to pause and go back to the other scene. Meanwhile...
Difficulty 6?
Yes, difficulty 6. Make note of what you are... what your total is in case I need to call for any other rolls.
Meanwhile, back on the roof.
Meanwhile... So I'm here. This is Terrence. So I'm here. I understand that you have some questions that you need answered. And I have some things that I need to talk to you guys about.
Well, we were just wondering if you knew anything about this cult.
Which cult?
Yes.
They're all over the world. Skittish, I can't see you. You're like halfway out of the frame.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
I'm back! And I'm here to let you know I could really move.
Good to know.
Anyways,
Which
probably
cult?
the local cults,
Specifically,
you know.
the Temple of the Mother of Vision.
Ah, that thing. I could give you a lowdown on some of it. It's hard to describe. Basically, it's a front for pigment distribution. It's people involved who actually do think that they're communing with the great beyond, and what they're actually doing is communing with specters. They take the pigment. Typically, they inhale it through incense and have a religious experience where they will sometimes project out of their bodies. And when they do such a thing, they'll sometimes run into specters.
Do you know where they're getting their supply?
I have some ideas, but I don't know for certain. There's some people that I could squeeze, and I'm trying to find, but I don't know fully.
Well, if you give us those names, maybe we can check and see if they're still alive. Because we got a few names, and they're dead.
Well, after the massacre that happened a few nights ago, things have been kind of tense. Most of the dealers around the city have gone completely silent. Those that aren't dead. Looks like the specters covered their trail.
They're getting it from Terrell and Squibb.
Well, it all comes through Terrell and Squibb. The question is, where's Terrell and Squibb getting it? Oh, puppy. He's a puppy.
From one of the true stars of this show. Thank you.
Oh, face lick.
You officially have to change your dog's name to Harrison.
I don't think she'd like the name Harrison.
Do you have any leads or places we can places we can look to try to trace past Terrell and Squibb? It seems to be where we keep running into our dead.
Got some ideas, but they seem to be working very, very close with a man named Uriah Bishop.
Yeah, you want to stay away from him.
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice. I know who he is.
I've read his file.
I was on the unit with him.
Never mind. You are way more versed in this topic than I.
You
In that
guys
case,
know where
please go
Orpheus got its start, right?
Yes. Yes, I do.
We do?
Prisoner experiments.
Marion State Penitentiary fire. Originally, Orpheus was a cryogenics company. All it did was freeze people so that they could somehow come back and then get healed from the cancer that was eating them alive. You know that old chestnut being frozen so that a cure will be found later. They'd thaw people out, and those people talked about existing outside of their bodies. So Orpheus started experimenting with that. Orpheus started testing. But here's the thing. Orpheus didn't have subjects. Someone else did. Some alphabet agency came to Orpheus and said, "We'll get you the subjects, but you gotta give us your research." That alphabet is probably who had a hand in Orpheus getting blown up.
Cleaning up.
Maybe. Or taking revenge. Orpheus wasn't exactly quiet with what it was able to do. Kept its proprietary stuff all under lock and key, but advertised what they could do. Something tells me that this government agency didn't want Orpheus to work with as many people as they did. Can you think of any agency on the face of the planet who might want to hire invisible spies to go in and gather information?
Every.
True.
That type of technology, that type of weapon would be sought by multiple governments.
And I have reason to believe that multiple governments have it. Why do you think hives are showing up all over the world? We're dealing with an invasion, kiddies. This is just like it was 3 years ago.
Did he just call me a kitty?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I don't know
What
how I
happened
feel
3
here.
years ago?
Deal with it. He's got the information.
Bat transition. Back to Spooky Brews. As I navigate my windows to change everything back. You guys are sitting here and watching him as he reads the paper, nice and pleasantly. Morgan, you got 3. Cassidy, you got 2. So Cassidy, your empathy roll. You seem that a lot of the people in the building are looking a little antsy. They're kind of looking around, making sure every time that door opens, they're looking up, seeing who it is, and then going right back to what they were doing. This includes the people who seem to be in very deep conversation. Morgan, you're noticing that it's everybody except the barista doing this.
This is a trap. Get the fuck out.
Angel with a gravelly voice. I got an angel with a gravelly voice and a trench coat.
I make my way up to get my coffee, and I kind of give him a look.
What? It should have ended 5 seasons ago.
You tip that man. You tip him well.
Throw the damn coffee in his face!
She can't tip him. She didn't manifest that.
That's a good question. Did I pay for this coffee? Did I bring money?
We're going to dangerously assume that Cassidy has memorized a credit card number from someone at some place.
I was about to say, you take MK's reward card?
Or conversely, oh no, I memorized Sinclair's bank card a long time ago.
I mean, why do you think I have eidetic memory?
Well, at least he doesn't need it anymore.
So we can make that credit terrible.
Until it gets canceled.
Then we'll move on to someone else's card.
Hey, depending on how good his credit was, it could be a while before that gets canceled.
Man, MK's like a locust. She just kind of moves from person to person to person, devours everything special about them, and leaves them a husk. We're moving on.
Oh, I thought we were talking skittish here.
Say that again.
Huh?
I missed what you said. There was some interference.
Oh, I thought we were talking about skittish here.
No, I was talking about MK.
Y'all should feel bad for Crow.
I ain't saying shit.
Because Evan is a smart man, and he comes to visit me, and I can poison his food.
You could tell me that you put strychnine in it, and I'd just be like, alright, at least I'll be full when I die.
Yep, that apple crumble totally had, like, rat poison in it.
Nom rat poison. Cyanide. Back to this unreality.
Get your coffee and go, come on!
I'm about to walk away, and then I can't help it. And I turn back around and I put my hand on his shoulder. I'm the one who lifted you up and raised you from perdition. And I have the dorkiest smile on my face, and I leave.
Morgan, roll me a perception alertness, difficulty 8. Because Cassidy...
Subtlety, woman. Subtlety.
Because Cassidy is too busy being a fangirl.
No. I'm re-rolling that. I'm fate.
Okay.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Apparently the dice are not on your side. As you
Can
were
any
leaving, excuse me.
Can the rest of us make? Did we see it
No.
roll since we can all see through her eyes?
It's a hearing, and technically, while you can, she's the one in the moment, and the rest of you cannot hear it well enough. You do hear something as you were passing by the guy that Cassidy asked out. You hear him say something, and it sounds commanding in his voice. He's not yelling it, but he's definitely saying it in a Soto deep voice.
$10 Cassidy got made.
Oh, shit!
How would it be my fault for that? The guy made a reference. It's not like I'm the only one in the world who knows supernatural.
You could have fucking ignored it. Just walked out the damn door.
Just get your coffee and go. Get
It's
your coffee and
all
go.
a tell, woman.
I'm already on my way out.
Get outside the fucking door.
Because
As you-
everyone in that fucking coffee shop is an agent.
Except for the barista. He doesn't work for the government, man. He makes the government work for him. I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna take and then as they leave, we're gonna jump back to the rooftop. But actually, before we do that, we're gonna take a bit of a break because your storyteller is having a bit of digestive issues right now and needs to go take care of that. I know, TMI, right?
Bye.
But we're gonna take a quick break, guys. We should be back in about 5 minutes. Feel free to drop questions in chat. We will answer them. Like if you have questions about the game or anything like that, we're gonna go. We'll answer them as they come up. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. It is currently 9:01 right now, or excuse me, 9:02. So we'll be back at 9:12. I'm gonna keep the music going, and we're gonna throw up a video here that's just gonna be our intermission screen. And I will see you guys in a little bit. And we are back. Allow me to unmute the players real quick.
I was very lucky to not die.
But then, see, the duck got wet.
And we're back.
Very lucky to not die. Then the duck got wet. And alright.
Hi, guys.
So. Apparently I did not fix my green screen.
Evan, your living room looks great from this window.
You're a green screen.
Your mom's a green screen.
My mom is a wonderful woman. You take that back.
All I'm saying is that you could shine stuff off of her because she's so awesome.
Nice save.
Restoration 100. Alright. Back to the
So,
rooftop.
we were listening to the sweet and... God damn it, Dahlia!
What the...
I think you stumped Evan.
And with that, game was ended because we broke the storyteller.
I'm here. Not broken yet.
Okay, so... He was telling us about the Alphabet Soup Agency and the fact that all of this started because prisoner experiments, which is wrong.
Specifically, he said it's starting to happen like it did 3 years ago. And we closed on what happened 3 years ago.
That's pretty much what he says. He says just like 3 years ago.
This sounds like the beginning of a train of thought, not the end.
What happened 3 years ago? Can you give us a little more background? It was kind of glossed over in the Orpheus training.
They probably didn't want to tell anybody about it, considering the fact that most of them weren't even there for it. About 3 years ago, from what I understand, the Spectres came through and they stole every last ghost that they could get their hands on. Took them away. Don't know where. Just dragged them off someplace deep inside. It was like a storm that just swept through the world.
The maelstrom?
Say again?
Nothing, never mind, continue.
The gigantic storm of specters that just swept out, and anything that it couldn't carry with it ate and destroyed.
Hey guys, this sounds like a lot of the stuff I've been translating.
Really? Something that just keeps eating all that just sounded like ghee.
You mean the Grim Reaper?
Yeah, I mean, same thing. Whatever.
That's what I know about it. I wasn't there
I-
for it. But
I believe this is a reoccurring thing.
wouldn't be surprised.
More than just 3 years.
Have you heard of anyone who survived that was there during it?
No.
I bet we know one.
If you manage to find any ghost that's older than 3 years old. most
Guys,
of
we
them
know
are
one. Hey, we gotta go find Morgan's hot brother.
That look on public. So,
Do you want me to get this guy's digits for you?
I already said yes.
Will you stop giving me a dirty look when I mention your hot brother?
Maybe.
My friend thinks you're really cute. She'd like to get your number.
yeah, I don't have one of those anymore.
Well, there's a radio in her room. Here's the frequency.
Well, if it's plugged into the wall, I could just jump into it whenever.
Oh, okay, well, There you go. Now you know about that.
What about a
I
Zune?
wanted a date, not a booty call!
What about a Zune? Can you jump into a Zune if I install a radio?
You want me to jump into a Zoom?
You can't hear that. That's from
Oh,
our mind, and she's not here.
I didn't see this because half of Dahlia's head was off camera.
She's not here to begin with. How can she tell him that I want you to do this thing? Oh, does that mean he could like jump into one of those like plug in the wall vibrators?
I mean, technically.
Yeah, but so could Lee.
But is Lee brave enough?
He does have Daredevil on his sheet. He is a stunt driver.
We would do to him for doing.
I'm sorry. Someone go get me a Twix.
This is how I die.
So, with
This is the first time for everything?
I am currently translating a very ancient book that has much of what's going on happening before.
How far back?
To read this book, I have to take it from its original language to Sanskrit to Egyptian to Latin to English.
Grace just
And a
kind
dead guy in a pear tree.
Grace just kind of looks at you and says, "Yeah, that's way above our pay grade."
I went to school for this.
Wait, they're still getting paid?
Wait, you guys are getting paid? Who's paying you? I ask my collective consciousness. I don't know if you guys can do that. We can do that.
Like, Terrence just blinks at you. Like you've got 3 heads.
Can you guys not do that?
No.
It's more like she has 4 heads.
All in mine.
So, wait, you guys are talking to each other?
Yeah. You can't do that?
No. That's... You know that's like specters, right?
Only if you use it for evil stuff, seeing as we saw one of our Crucible members become a specter and he can't talk to us anymore, so...
Yeah, I heard about
Guess
that.
that's not Spectre.
Yeah, this isn't
Yeah,
something
no,
we exactly asked for.
So if you see a person who looks like, well, an evil shark, run
Stinky
away.
French hobo shark? With a
No. He does not look like
That's right.
a French hobo.
He unhoboed when he went super.
Alright, good to know. That's... I heard that, that he was sighted near the hive, but
He might be leaving soon.
leaving where?
To go to the city of the dead.
What?
Ancient book, cycle of time, my past is his present, his future is my past, sort of thing going on. We're the heroes.
Welcome to my world. They're all batshit.
Well then,
Didn't you jump from a drone into a car into a toy car?
yeah, but
No,
that's
there was
just
no
what
drone
we do.
involved.
That's like
No, the
a
fun
day-
one was the
Didn't you get
drone.
Sinclair dead?
No, I was
Whoa,
unconscious at
whoa,
the time. That was your
whoa.
fault.
That was you guys? I knew he was dead. What happened?
So, I got into a fist fight with a couple of Reapers and got pulled out at the last minute and was unconscious. And I woke up and they told me Sinclair was now salsa.
So, logic says when you find a Oh God, what are we calling that ball?
Demon Death Web Ball?
You leave in a school that's completely making Lost Boys. Lost Boys are the names, right?
Lost Boys are the small
Yeah.
deprived ghosts.
With hellhound things,
Fetches.
and 3 Reapers were in that room.
Jesus.
Who?
One
No, yeah, 3.
being Mitchner.
Hey, me
Man,
and
that
Mitchell
guy
had a
keeps-
score to settle, and my primary goal was to barbecue the place. And I took his jaw off. It was the other one that got me.
So the logic of all of that is, when you see this, you go, hey, there's only 4 of us. We should probably get a few more people.
Technically, there was 5 because Sinclair was there.
I left halfway through.
That's right.
Technically, Sinclair was still in the bad.
That's right.
Either way, logic would state it's time to go. Sinclair went down like a badass to make sure everyone was okay.
Sinclair jumped into the main... I was told Sinclair jumped into the main gates of the compound to open them so that we could escape. Like I said, I lost consciousness sometime between Jaw coming off of one Reaper and the other scythe going into me, and it was a bad day, but the auditorium and the death ball burned. That's the key.
Well,
But
where is
now
he
there's a
now?
new
I
one.
need to talk to him.
He's
We're working on
busy.
Busy?
Yeah, he's fighting himself right now. If we knew where he was, we'd help. Future seeing is really difficult.
Yeah.
You try doing it.
No, that's not what I do. I throw fireballs and talk to people through radios.
He tried to talk to a girl. It went south. He decided he needed to take time to himself.
Think he'd have
Emotions are hard.
Fine. Look, is there anything else you want to know? Anything else that you've got a burning question in your head about?
How the hell do you know about this shit before anyone else knows about this shit?
I got friends.
I find that really hard to believe. It helps
We
when you
have
push your
friends.
button.
Yeah.
Name
We have
one.
friends, just most people don't like us.
Name one person who isn't connected to your brain right now who's your friend.
Sinclair?
Well, you're talking to 2 of them right across the pool.
My brother.
Family. Some of us still have that.
Okay, quietly.
When he says family, some of us still have that, MK pushes him into the pool.
He doesn't sink. It's like walking on a waterbed.
Yeah, that doesn't work so well.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
I've got friends
you-
and contacts all over the city. They can inform me of certain things, and I try to get the word out. Most recently, I've been trying to get the word out to you, to some of our mutual friends.
Do you know who's watching Orpheus right now? What agency?
I know it's a big one. It's important. It's not the FBI.
Apparently, they have the pull to take over an entire coffee shop, but not replace a decent barista.
It's a big one, but I'm not sure which one.
Oh, please don't be the DOD.
No, it's not the full DoD. It's something. It's from what I know, it's intelligence gathering. It's law enforcement, not Department of Defense.
Okay. How's my friend doing?
Which friend?
Turning to Grace.
Oh, she's fine. She's with another mutual friend. They're teaching her how to do some things. she's still trying to adjust the fact that she doesn't really have a body to go home to anymore.
I killed her dealer.
I'll let her know. That might actually help. She was pretty angry about a lot of things.
Well, if there's anyone else we can kill to make her feel better, just let us know. We're really good at.
Hey, you be careful with that shit. Remember what happened to your friend?
He kept eating people.
Yeah?
We tend to just help people find stupid ways to kill themselves.
Mitchner kept making excuses.
Fair enough.
Tom Hayes kept making excuses.
Who?
One of Kate's.
Do you know if there's a way to bring them back?
As far as I know, the only way to interact with them is to... Look, there's a class of Spectre that thinks, and there's a class of Spectre that doesn't think. The only way to interact with them is with the class of Spectre that thinks. You gotta hope that you find them before you can find the ones that don't. It's like animals versus humans.
No, Geek can still think.
That's good. I
So
guarantee
can
you
Mitchner.
Mitchner can still think. There's another guy who's walking around here, coming around in some pinstripe suit, acting all high and mighty.
Is he the one that's in the Victorian dress doing his weird little dance?
Oh no, that's Valentino. He's a hoot. Yeah, real hoot.
We ran into him at the rave. That wasn't so much a hoot.
Sarcasm.
Do they
We-
usually still speak?
Are they able to still speak and, plan?
They'll plan. They'll speak. They everything they knew in life they know now, and they'll use it.
So there's a chance they're still there. Like, a part of them is still them.
Maybe, maybe not. Hell, I don't know. All I know is the last time that somebody tried to capture a Spectre, it was Terrell and Squibb, and they did not do very well. They lost about 2 full groups of agents in one night.
It's not a trying. We will save Geek.
Why are we saving you?
Because it's his destiny and our destiny.
Yeah, I just grabbed the car.
Well, yes, that's because you're a pair of boots that are there.
Yep.
I'd be safe. Grandmother's about.
How do you know
Yeah,
about
she
her?
usually is like this. Yes, she's usually cryptic. And apparently I don't make it.
I need
so...
you to be quiet. How do you know about grandmother? And what do you know about grandmother?
I know quite a few things too. I can be cryptic too.
I don't
I think he
try.
likes it.
I don't try to be cryptic. You aren't the only ones listening to me.
And I'm not so sure that we're the only ones here. There are a lot of blink dogs around.
They're all over the place ever since the hive showed up. Hives. There's more than one.
So, unlike my resident, which I can 100% say is specter free, can you guarantee the area we are currently in right now is free of any other ears but ours?
No, I can't.
So do you want me to sit up here and tell you everything I know?
No. I just want to know where you ran across the name. Because I can't tell you.
Banshee.
I can tell you this. The bishop talks to her. He's got
And
some
the
connection to her.
And the architect works for her.
I have no clue who this architect is, but sounds like a hoot. As you are sitting here and talking, all three of you or excuse me, all two of you, and those two, feel a sudden ping as the radio squawks again. This time a lot louder than before.
I think it may be time to go.
Not done describing. You recognize 3 different people, and by recognize you mean you see their uniforms as they jump out of the radio, wreathed in electricity, and aiming guns directly for you. I'm putting it to where you guys can actually see them. They look like Next World mercs, but their gear looks a little frazzled on the edges, and they look like they are armed to the teeth. Give me a second.
These are not geek friends, right?
No.
Let us know when description is over.
Description is over.
MK, get out.
I thought we were going to kill these guys.
I'm more worried about you getting hurt.
I'll be fine for a little bit. We have to stay long enough to make sure they get away.
Roll
How
for
far away
initiative,
is-
monkey boys. Everybody who's here, roll for initiative. Oh, come on, book. Stop being weird.
Never.
What's
Someone
initiative
remind me
again?
what an initiative is.
You know, the crazy thing is I'm having to sit here and remember it too, because we rarely ever do combat. Roleplay monkeys for the win! Alright. What you're gonna do is you are going to roll Dex plus Wits.
DC 6.
Oh, no, excuse me. You roll 1 die and add your Dex plus Wits.
So
Okay. So
11.
Okay. So they are
10.
okay. Give me 1 second here.
No.
They are all operating on 9s. And now I have to pull out your tokens. This is not to scale, neither is this to your actual location. This is literally just getting you guys out on the board. I forgot how... What am I trying to say? I forgot how sassy you look in that pic, MK.
Honey, I always sassy.
You always sassy?
Yeah, pretty much since my family died.
That's fair. Since I burnt your cinnamon roll.
Which now I have a drawing tablet so I can make that picture look even better.
You said 10, correct, Lee? Lee?
Yes, 10.
Okay, and then give me 1 second because I'm now rolling for our other 2 NPCs.
Roll nicely, friendos.
This is the reason why you guys were like, "Oh, we're gonna have a date with this guy," and I'm kind of like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" Well, that did. He rolled well. He got that 13.
So not only is he super yummy looking, but boy knows how to fight.
Well, he was on death row.
See, I didn't have to say the thing I already found out. I just found out by listening.
She
I
rolled
may
better.
have wanted.
You may have wanted what?
I may have wanted to ask him if he was part of the first batch.
Oh, he straight up. He was. Oop, I hit the wrong way. Descending. There we go. So, first off is Grace. Grace turns to these individuals and pulls an artifact pistol from within her jacket and levels it at the attacking mercs, firing off 2 shots. She hits one of them. Well, let me actually roll that because kind of need to. Six. Let's see. She gets 3 successes. That means her pistol actually hits. Does an additional 3. Oh shit, I forgot to add her accuracy in there. Oh well. She's using a heavy revolver. And the damage is 6. So, she rolls her damage. Sorry guys, we rarely do combat, so I'm having to sit here and check things to make sure I'm giving you the correct info. That's not what I'm looking for. Shut up, phone. Just trying to see if you can actually botch a damage roll when ranged, and sometimes you can and sometimes you can't, depending on the classic. She's just gonna roll it. That's her damage roll. She only deals 1 damage. The goon she hits. Soaks it. He hits hard on its armor, just blam, blam, blam. And he staggers, but he doesn't seem to be injured at all. So it is now Terrence's turn. Terrence. You see Terrence kind of flex his arms back, and you feel the ping as he comes alive with electricity. I'm just going to narrate what they do, because I don't want to sit here and hold things up by rolling. He electrifies himself and hurls some bolts. You guys feel the ping as he calls on Witch's Nimbus. The air around you is charged. He hurls bolts at the same one that Grace shot earlier. It hits him, scores his armor, and you can see some of his plasm, his gauze shred away from the electrical blast, and he staggers back, looking like he's about to drop his weapon. MK, it is now your turn.
Remember what I did to that water tower?
Alright, you're totally about to do it to these guys?
Yeah.
And you're not manifested, so you're not going to damage any of your surroundings.
She has some bent up angst to put out.
That's fair.
So I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vitality
Okay.
to scream.
Okay. So, first off, you're going to... you are ignoring armor 2. You're ignoring armor 3. You are going to roll your manipulation plus empathy, difficulty 6. From where you're standing, you're going to catch all 3 in this. Because it is a 10-yard radius. I'm trying to read this real quick. Yeah, they are still relatively close together, so you'll be able to catch all 3 in this.
With 4 successes.
Right. 4 successes. So it inflicts 1 level of lethal damage per success. So that's going to be 4 levels of lethal damage. They do get the soak, but how many vitality did you spend on that? 4?
5.
5? Shit. They've got a shit. Their soak roll has got to be a difficulty 8. Okay, so first one here. He was the guy who was injured beforehand. He doesn't soak. He takes 4 lethal as you see his gauze shred away into nothing. Our next guy here. Let's see how well he does. He manages to soak some of it. You basically see your scream hits him, and he tries to steady himself against it, but you can see pieces of his gauze falling from his body. And then our final character. Ooh. You cannot botch soak rolls. That would be a botch if you could. He gets hit hard. He gets hit just as hard as the other guy. He doesn't go down, but you can see his outline is frail. He is barely there. Like, barely holding on to the image of himself. Alright, Lee, it's your turn.
Okay. With the action system, would I be able to do a normal action and still slug one of them?
What are you trying to do?
Broadband is a normal action to activate to become the energy.
Okay.
While Witch's Nimbus is just a free action to activate So I'm trying to figure out which one would allow me to still hit a guy this turn.
If you're looking for the ability to hit them while still maintaining your full die pool, Witch's Nimbus is going to be your best bet.
It's more the side effect of broadband where bullets just go through you.
That's fair.
Which is the least hurt of the individual still up?
You see two guys. One he looks like he's carrying the MP5 here. He is the more hurt one, and then you have the not as hurt dude. He's the one who soaked the scream from.
And more
America.
importantly, are MK and our new allies, how far away are they from the unhurt one?
Everybody is in nebulous narrative range.
Okay. Can I get the definition of nebulous narrative range?
Nebulous narrative range. What do you want to do?
If I pop the level 4 ability when I go to slug him, is the aura going to barbecue our allies?
Yes.
Okay. Then we will pop the level 3, which is Nimbus, and basically sucker punch the unhurt guy, or the less hurt guy.
Okay. So roll your brawl.
Does this qualify for my dirty fighting?
Yeah.
And specialty gives you +1 die, I think? Or how does the specialty work?
It's different for literally every World of Darkness game. And
I can't remember if we did it. We looked it up at one point. I couldn't remember if it was it's +1 die or -1 difficulty. I cannot remember.
We'll say it's -1 difficulty. Just keep things moving.
I am going to use Lucky to re-roll that.
Okay, you already got 3 successes, so... Well, 4 successes worse.
4 successes to hit.
So, you run up and punch the dude in the face. So, you're rolling your strength plus your strength plus 3 from the actual hit, plus another 3 lethal because you're in bonfire. So you're basically rolling 6 plus your strength.
6 plus strength. All
Yes. In damage. He's going to try and soak it. Okay. He manages to soak a bit of it. He's on his last legs as your fist comes over and slams into his stomach, and he stumbles back, the flames spreading across his gauze. He is barely up. He maybe is holding on to the last bits of himself. It is their turn, and they were in no way ready for this. They thought you guys were going to be pushovers. So
They're gonna run.
They're gonna fucking run. They both try to pop into their actually no, you see them both reach behind their heads and yank, and they disappear.
We should probably go.
As you hear that, give me 1 second. We're going to change back to not so tense music. Back to tense music, not to combat music. As everybody leaves combat, and they pop that, several seconds later, you hear a scream from down below, a screech of tires like something is peeling out and driving away.
run to the edge? Is it too far down for me to see who's peeling away?
You can see a van, a windowless van, peeling away from the location. It has exempt plates on it, but you can't see anything else about it really. And then it's peeling away, and you can see on the ground where you assume it was, because it's the direction it's coming from. It looks like a bloody smear.
Did I do that?
From here, you can't tell. You just see a bloody smear on the pavement.
Oh no, there was not even like, oh, I feel bad. Like, oh, did I do that?
Hey, for once, I guess that's what happens when they get salsaed. Yeah, I reiterate with, we should probably get out of here.
We should leave.
Shit.
There was a lot of vitality that was just spent.
It's no shit. You have a way to contact me now.
And you have a way to contact us. That radio's really good.
Yes, it is, and I'll let you know as soon as I know anything else. Peace.
Look, I gave him a thing. There you go. Best I could do.
They
Thank
leave
you.
the same way they came in.
Alright, MK, do you want to take the slow way back, or do you want to go ahead and head back, and I'll meet you?
No, I'll come with you just in case something happens on the way.
Alright.
Now, for the other combat.
That was the other thing.
Before we get into the car.
Actually, I thought they were still electrical fired, or did they solidify more?
No, the smear. The smear on the ground. Before we leave, I'm going to look at that smear on the ground. I feel very proud of that smear on the ground.
Because there were two that bailed out.
Mm-hmm.
Did the third one disintegrated?
Yeah, he got screamed to death.
Ah, okay, yeah. Yes, we're gonna check out the smear before we head out.
Okay. Clambering down, you see a bloody smear on the pavement. People are kind of are gathering. There's somebody yelling, call an ambulance, call an ambulance. People yelling back, it's too fucking late, he's not breathing. You see somebody run up to this smear of a body. It looks like a human body that's been literally, like, the only thing left of it is kind of the shreds that are the shreds of tactical armor that are holding the body together. This person looks like they're gonna try to do CPR.
Oh, I wouldn't put my mouth on that. I would not put my mouth on that.
And you see they grab they grab the thing's shoulder, or the form's shoulder, and kind of rolls it over. It mostly goes, and a small thumb drive falls out of a pocket and hits the pavement.
I'm going to spend a willpower to get some vitality back.
Okay.
And then spend...
That's plot important.
Well, yes, I'm trying to make sure I have enough vitality to manifest to do this.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll spend the vitality to manifest and pick it up.
Remember, guys, you can also share vitality between the group of you.
I'll manifest. Is it 1 or 2 to be able to pick up stuff?
If you're trying to pick up and carry, you need at least 1 dot of that physical.
I don't think that the chart works anymore. I don't think we use the chart anymore.
Yeah,
I think we
there
need
we go.
hands.
Are we better than that now?
We're better than that. Guy died.
Well, here's the thing. If you still want the points
just
from
don't-
the flaw, you have to redo it.
Yeah, we have to find another anchor.
Or you find another flaw to take its place.
We'll do that after this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will 1 point manifest to pick up, to kind of snag the thumb drive as I walk by the body.
Okay.
In the big pushing crowd.
You now have a bloody thumb drive in your hand.
Hey, MK, I think we're taking the bus home.
Okay.
What's the bus schedule?
There will be one arriving in about an hour.
Can I make another suggestion?
Yeah.
Is there any coffee shops or internet cafes nearby?
Oh yeah,
No,
this is
we're
the nice
good.
part of
I
town.
just-
They're all over the place.
No, I just remembered something. I'm going to go around the corner to kind of an alley,
Mm-hmm.
summon my car, and 1 point manifest my car. Because I can manifest my...
Technically, you don't have to do that.
Oh, because I manifested it manifests?
No. Well, actually, if you want to be able to carry the thumb drive, yes, you'll have to manifest. Sorry.
Yep.
I was thinking you had to take Mary Kathleen, and I was like, no, she doesn't have to. She can ripcord. But
No, I'm having to manifest the fucking car to take
Yeah.
the thumb drive back.
that's
Oh, I was just gonna call us an Uber from a computer.
that would.
I'd rather take the car. Less ability for... We're leaving a murder scene. Looking at the body, does it look like it got hit by a car / dragged by a car, or did it explode on its own?
That
With my...
looking at the body and making a cursory glance, it looks shredded. Now, if you want to know if it looks like, it got hit by a car or something like that, you're going to need to roll an intelligence medicine test.
Okay. Do I get any bonuses with my large quantity of seen car accidents and
No.
car-related injuries?
No, you do not.
That was
Difficulty
worth a shot.
7 because you're not actually putting your hands on the corpse to examine it.
You said intelligence medicine?
Yes, intelligence medicine.
I actually do have a little bit of that.
Yeah, the coroner might think it's, he was hit by a car if that car was made out of sound waves and blades. Then yeah, it might look like a car.
Fair enough.
Did
Alright.
they totally just, dump him out of the back of the car once he exploded?
Yeah. They got back, realized that they were covered in gore, that their friend was dead, and was just like, nope, and left.
Alright, MK,
Before MK got down there and went, hey, look, a car!
let's head back. It's going to take us a little longer because, now that I exist, I have to follow the speed limit somewhat.
Okay.
Alright. The drive back is more or less uneventful, however, for both groups. However, that whole combat happens as the our two ladies who went on the nice fancy date at the coffee shop, as y'all are, that fight happened right after, Morgan, you heard the guy with the earpiece, the guy who was your mark, saying something. The curt one-word order. And then that combat happened. As you guys are pulling out of the coffee shop, because it was literally over in seconds, you see the individuals that were in the coffee shop begin to leave, one by one, slowly.
I feel like their subtlety is gone for all of them to leave all at once like that.
They didn't leave all at once. They were leaving one by one, slowly.
Same as the other guy we met with.
Could be worse. Could be 2 by 2.
2 by 2 hands of blue. I mean,
Either way, this was a setup, through and through.
question is, how did they know where we were going to be? Because as much as I knew, only us and Terrence knew about that meeting.
Drive back is uneventful for both groups. You arrive back at the house. No worse for wear.
I'm gonna go find a radio that is in the house and put it in Morgan's room. And set it to the frequency I told him.
I'm going to find the laptop and try to see what's on this bloody thumb drive.
You don't need
I
a
have my
laptop.
priorities.
True. I'm going to put the thumb drive on the table and possess the thumb drive.
You have Broadband Ghost. This allows you to read fucking thumb drives and all hard drives now. As the crew returns, the Crucible returns, as the Crucible returns, Harrison is waiting for you. He's kind of got his beggy look on his face, and he's carrying a leash in his mouth.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Okay, I'll take care of that.
Harrison, is Sinclair home?
He just kind of blinks at you when you say that.
I get in my body and I'm gonna take the doggo for walkos.
The moment you tried to reach down and take the leash from his mouth, he won't let it go.
Baby, I can't take you for walkos if you don't let me have the leash.
He walks over to the coat rack where you see Sinclair's coat is still hung up there, and he just kind of drops it at the bottom of the coat.
He's having some him time, baby. He'll be back soon.
Sad puppy dog eyes, slow shaky tail.
I just pick up the leash. Do you want to go for walkos?
I'm trying to think the best way to describe this. You know that point where the dog leans back so he can just expose his collar so that you can flip it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what Harrison does.
Morgan, you're gonna want to take care of that radio. I gotta take the dog out for walkos.
Okay.
You know the frequency.
I go in my room and turn the radio on.
Turn the radio on, turn the radio up, and this fellow was singing your song. So Lee jumps into a thumb drive. Cassidy, what are you doing?
Or in this body, is she referred to as Cat?
Castiel, what are you doing?
Cassidy has since reverted back to her female form because she feels awkward as heck.
This thing dangling.
Who else wants to see gender bent Cassidy?
I don't have long red hair.
If I hadn't given gender bent Cassidy a man bun, I'd say after my haircut you could see it. But
Gender bent Cassidy could cut his hair.
Cassidy, what are you doing now that you are home? Going to sleep, apparently.
I'm dehydrated as fuck, apparently that's what it is. Cassidy's going to be the one for once. She's going to turn on the news to see if anybody happened to react to the little stunt that got pulled.
The news is strangely quiet. There are no reports currently of anything going on in town, other than the many talking heads talking about the pigment massacre of Halloween night, and the many hundreds dead. 318 to be exact, that died in the strychnine poisoning. Lee, upon jumping into the hard drive, this is going to sound very unprofessional, but the best way I can describe it is this thing is super duper ultra mega encrypted.
Oh no.
Does that
Sounds
matter
like you
when
need
you are
someone with
one with
computers.
the electricity?
I'm sorry, what?
Does that matter when you're possessed with the broadband?
Just means you have to make a craft roll.
Fair enough.
And I forget what the actual roll is. You'd have to look it up in what I sent to you.
What's the DC?
Actually on this one it's 8. This thing is fucking serious.
And it's a stamina craft, if I remember correctly, correct?
Yes.
If you need me to try it, that I can try in a minute.
Me next. Me next.
It takes
After
you a little bit.
waffles.
It takes you a little bit of time, but you manage to crack into the. You manage to crack in and start sifting through the data. It is. Yes, Agami. Glad somebody picked up on that. As you begin to sift through the data, you notice something immediately comes up to you. An overwhelming letterhead. 3 letters. NSA.
God damn it, that was the one I was afraid of.
And that's where we will end our session tonight. Alright, guys. Did y'all have fun tonight? Now that everybody is like face palming, like, Jesus fuck, what do we do now?
I'm super thrilled. I made, Cryptic Guy go, wait, you know shit I don't know?
No.
And
you just
stop
know
being so
shit,
cryptic.
more shit than you should know.
You made Cryptic Guy going, God damn it, stop being so cryptic.
Okay, so there's something that we need to do before we move on to XP tonight, and I really think that we need to get this done because we didn't get a chance to do it last week, which was last week. I believe it was last week, wasn't it?
We'll go with that.
Yeah, it was last week. Was Skiddish's birthday. And I do believe that you are 12 years old now, Skittish. Is that correct?
If that's the case, Crow's going to jail.
So, first of all, she's going to get 2 birthday XP because it's her birthday. But the other thing we're going to do
scream if she wants to.
Yep, it's her birthday. She can die if she wants to. Die if she wants to. Die if she wants to.
You'd sign the Book of Beasts too.
But one of the things we're going to do is we're all going to get together and we're going to sing Happy Birthday for Skittish. All right?
And we can't mute them like certain people did.
I don't know
when we sang them Happy Birthday.
I don't know
so lovingly and kindly and
really,
happily.
I don't know anything of what you're saying right now.
Anyone else remember this?
There are VODs to
I have
prove
notes
this.
in my notes.
There are no such VODs. VODs do not exist. What is VOD? VOD
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
No more. Alright, guys. So, chat, feel free to join in on this. Type it up. You'll be delayed, but it will be hilarious still. Let's everybody join me in singing Happy Birthday for Skittish. This is going to sound terrible. 1,
I know, I'm so
2,
excited.
3. Happy
Happy
birthday.
Wait, wait, pause. Someone make sure to clip this.
Yeah, someone be prepared to clip this. Okay, let's try this
Okay,
again.
continue.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. This is terrible. Happy birthday, dear Skittish. Happy birthday to you.
Our timing's off.
Just
Yes,
a
you're
little
away because
bit.
my headphones unplugged.
She muted us. She fucking muted us. All right.
Also, I wanted to see if I could stop you guys again.
Okay, so
So in
everybody
true
gets
Crucible fashion, we can't do anything timed right.
everybody gets 2 XP for showing up tonight. Even if you didn't show up tonight. Agami got it. Agami knows. Role-playing XP.
Thank you, Agami.
Everybody gets 1 for role-playing. Good role-playing tonight. Nominations.
I
Chat, feel free to
vote
drop in your
Morgan for
nominations.
asking for Terrence's number / radio frequency.
Okay. So we've gotten 1 nomination for Morgan being thirsty. I mean...
Hey,
Oh,
for
Everybody
once,
else is.
hey, for once they're not hitting on family members.
This is true.
No, that was the price. The price for this was I get to continue hitting on her brother, and she can't get mad about it anymore.
I want to nominate MK for crypticking the cryptic.
Fair enough, okay. So Morgan's got 1. MK's got 1. Chat, do you have any nominations for good role-playing tonight? If it's... Oh, wait, yeah. Alright, this is gonna...
I would have to. I do want to do 1 more nomination. Cassidy for almost blowing the mission with the supernatural geekdom.
Well,
See?
he did kind of kick ass, too.
Well, you're just sitting there like, this is my life, this is my job, and this is what I'm doing. Why did I sign up for?
They're
Tommy
like,
says
"Is she-
skittish.
Why all the cryptic? Welcome to my life.
Ready, and
Thank
3,
you,
2,
Agami.
1, and Linky. Bam. Now we have our Linky to that marvelous, horrible, horrible singing. At least that's what I'm assuming it is.
Which is now forever on the internet.
It's
And
forever
Skittish
on
can
the
now
internet.
listen to it.
Yes, whenever she wants.
No, I'm vain enough to do that.
Or play it loud enough that Crow has to listen to it.
Just walk it up and play it in Crow's ear. This is terrible.
No, I'm
You should listen.
narcissistic enough to do that.
Okay, let's try. So, alright. That was role-playing XP. Bravery XP. Everybody gets 1 for bravery because everybody went into danger today. Even though only 1 resulted in combat, Morgan and Cassidy did kind of serve themselves up on a silver platter. Luckily, they had no clue who they were, or they knew who they were looking for, but they didn't recognize Morgan or Cassidy. Because they had a different target they were going for. Excuse me. So, everybody gets the 1 bravery XP for that. So finally, learning XP. Let's see here. Lee, what did you learn today?
Everyone seems to know more than everyone else, but at the same time not willing to openly share information. And another freaking alphabet soup agency's after us.
What do you mean another?
We pissed off the FBI. We've dealt with the DEA. Now
Dealt
we're going with
with.
the NSA.
And the scary part about the NSA is they have no mission statement. They can do whatever they want.
It's a little bit of spoiler, so if you don't want to hear it, plug your ears. But what do you mean now? What do you mean now? They're after you.
Well, now we've got confirmation.
Morgan, what did you learn this evening?
I'm gonna have to clean my room. And probably do laundry.
That is the best lesson. Forget all of their lessons. That one.
I'm gonna have to clean my room. Shit, probably a little pissed about
Hide the shotgun.
something.
No, I'm not hiding the shotgun.
Well, it's just I'm fine. I'm like taking it as a euphemism of I gotta clean the room and do the laundry.
No, I was getting weird frame droppage on everyone's video, so I'm trying to check through my background stuff that's.
I'm getting
And
it
there
too. I think
there
I'm running into
I'm getting
a
you.
lot of stuff. Oh, baby, oh. Is that the command? No, it's not.
All I want for my
There it
birthday
is.
Dahlia.
Speaking of which, Morgan gained your learning XP for that one. Cassidy, what did you learn tonight?
I learned I can look like a boy.
That'll
Ca-
bring Sinclair back.
You know what? Experimentation is a thing.
He is a scientist.
Still, it's not quite.
I was thinking
as
more, it just opens up a whole new branch to her fanfic.
But
It's
don't
not-
forget to go online and check out Spooky Brews on Tumblr.
Mm-hmm. Shoot me, Kiki.
Does this mean she gets to pick how big it is?
Yes, she does.
I even already said that I didn't even make a penis.
Yeah,
She
cool,
was
yeah,
actually.
She was basically like
Although
and dolling it up.
So it really wasn't a male version of Castiel, it's so much a Ken doll version of Cassidy.
I kind of could see Cassidy figuring out she can make a penis and then just walking around the house helicoptering.
But here's the thing though. Would I feel
No, he hasn't.
it?
He hasn't Nagami. Would you feel what?
Would I have sensation on it?
Yeah,
Because
it's you.
but I thought we established that when I change my appearance, I'm basically like still wearing like and still looking like how I am. It's more that I'm changing how everyone's seeing me.
No, you're actually shaping your own corpus. You are shaping your gauze into a different form.
So if I get myself out of fucking heels, I'm not wearing heels.
Yeah, if you get yourself out of heels, you're not wearing heels.
Cassidy could have been barefoot this whole time and no one told me.
No one knows how this power works.
You would still, when not focusing, you would still revert to heels and your hoochie pants and all that, but you could, in theory, you could change your clothes.
I'll spend a lot of time focusing if it means I'm not walking around in stiletto heels all the goddamn time.
What did you actually learn,
Um,
Apparently, she can change her.
And she can helicopter a penis around.
yeah, now I'm learning that there are going to be some drastic new chapters to my fanfics.
Sinclair, look what I can do! Woo!
You're getting now that's one more thing we can do to Guy.
Quotes out of context for tonight, and that's one more thing we can do to Guy.
No. Okay, what I actually learned tonight was kind of the extent to which all of the groups and organizations are going to get to us at this point, with like them watching outside of Orpheus, them literally taking over an entire coffee shop under the expectation of possibly only one of us going there. For all they knew, only I was going to show up, and they took over the entire coffee house.
Yep.
Sans a barista. I'm assuming because they figured out nobody on their staff can make good coffee.
And not be picked out. Maybe he just really wanted Cassidy on that date.
What had happened had she actually seduced him there?
I have no clue.
We will never know.
I'm like,
We
part
will.
of
The
me
next
kind of
edition
wish
of
that
Spooky
I
Hebrews.
part of me kind of wish that I did. I feel like
Seduce
I
the
could've-
entire room?
well, I feel like I arguably could have gotten away with seducing him, and our Mark was basically in charge of that operation. You can tell by the way that he was communicating.
Use his walk. He's a woman's man. No time to talk. Or my head is full of
I hate you so much right now for that. No, he was clearly the like point man of that mission. So if I could get to him, and I feel like with all of my stats, I had a chance. But I didn't want to take that chance, and I'm glad I didn't, because when I made the decision not to take the chance, I was under the assumption there was going to be maybe 4 of them there, not an entire fucking coffee house.
Nope. You guys are pretty high on their acquisition list.
I don't think Cassie realized just how high until that moment.
That's fair. Gain that point for learning. And let's see.
Social media?
MK. No, we're not done yet. MK, what did you learn this evening?
Quite a few things, actually.
Beyond factual.
One, I'm gonna get to go back into those woods and find Morgan's hot brother. 2, people know other shit too, but I can be just as cryptic as those motherfuckers. And I learned I know things way above people's pay grades.
Fair.
And 3, it does not matter what these people say. I'm going to save Guy. It does not matter what the Crucible says. We are going to save Guy.
All right.
Because we are destined to do so.
Okay. Gain a point of experience. All right. There's one more thing, experience-wise. Everybody gain 2 for social media. And one more thing that I want to bring up, because you guys have now met Terrence Green, you've now figured out what Radio Free Death is. That is the end of that story arc. So you're going to get even more XP. Because it's the conclusion of a story. Everybody get all your willpower back because the story ended. The story arc ended. Luffy levels of infamy? I'm not familiar with that one. Are we talking about Lufin the Third?
I think Luffy isn't that One Piece?
Yes. No, they're not that famous yet. They're close. They're not that famous. The dead ones at least aren't. At the very least. Because at the end of the story, success. If the characters achieve the objective or conquer the story challenge, you guys achieved the objective, which was meeting Terrence Green, figuring out what Radio Free Death is, coming to the end of that, so you get a point for that. Danger. You totally went through the terrible danger to fix this. You're going to gain a point for that. And then finally, wisdom. If a player concocted a brilliant scheme or organized a brilliant idea that helped the Crucible succeed, award that character an extra experience point for the sudden insight and understanding. Specifically, all of you have contributed to this, so all of you are going to get 1. But as far as the story, like the one person who I think shines as far as Terrence Green is concerned, as far as this kind of story arc with Radio Free Death, I really want to give another point to Morgan on this, because Morgan has really been pushing, the Radio Free Death. She's like listening every night. She's role playing this. She was engaging with the plotline. So I'm gonna give her an extra wisdom point. But all of you guys are getting that wisdom point because all of you did engage with the plotline. She just to me seemed like she was engaging with it a little bit more than everyone else. All right, it's not End of Chronicle, so we don't have to worry about that. And that is your XP for this evening. You guys got a lot of it. It means you can start spending it.
We can't.
Why can't? Why
We
can't you?
haven't.
Why can't?
Some of us haven't been practicing our new power.
You can pre-spend for it if you want. You can pre-buy.
I technically bought mine 4 sessions before I could ever use it.
Yeah. You can pre-buy that power now if you would like, and by the time you basically get trained or learn it in-game, because all of you guys now have, from Lee, the idea of combining 2 horrors together to get your 3rd tier. So in theory, you could start playing around and experimenting with that. If you want to pre-buy at a certain point narratively, I'll say, okay, you have it. You just have to go ahead and purchase it now. Pre-order now for your special bonus, limited edition.
But we'll totally talk about XP once we're off camera for everyone else to go about their night.
We don't want to hold our audience hostage. All right, so say again. What was that? Huh?
Is it what if I do? I don't hold people hostage.
That's
you have your own stream.
That's too bad, because we're going to go find somebody to raid, and while I'm going to find somebody to raid, we're going to go around the circle again, and I want everybody to go through and tell these fine people who you were, who you played, and where they could find you if you're not here on my stream, because sometimes, we don't stream, and that's a bad thing. So, they may want to come find you for something. So while I'm looking for somebody to raid, I want you guys to go around and talk about yourselves.
Hi, friends. I'm Skittish Cat. I played Mary Kathleen O'Brien. You can find me here on Mondays, most Mondays. Not all Mondays, but some Mondays. I do not stream. However, you can find me on Twitter at Skittish Cat, where I post art for this game and other games. I do things for Twitch characters and or Twitch streamers and LARP stuff and all sorts of nonsense. And possibly once Tumblr finds out about Spooky Brews, I will be designing the Spooky Brews website. It'll be legit a website. Because
website.
I extra. And below me is...
Who's below and who?
Well, not you.
At least you didn't go with under.
I mean, I'll take below.
Of course.
I mean, I'm also okay with Dahlia being under me, on top of me, like anywhere in the vicinity of me. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go get some Gatorade.
Good call. Good call on that. You gotta replace those electrolytes.
I'm just super thirsty. I gotta get something to quench my thirst.
Moving on. Who's next on our list? Oh, that's right. It's Dahlia.
Hey everyone, I am Black Dahlia 42. I played Cassidy tonight. You can find me here. Occasionally you can find me on my own Twitch stream. I'm currently out of hiatus, but I come back rare moments. Otherwise, you can find me on Twitter at BlackDahlia042, or you can find fanfiction of this stream at spookybrewsfanfic.tumblr.com
Naughty.
until they kick us off for adult things.
And then we'll have our own website, and there'll be a special page for fan art. Just
That would
saying.
be awesome. Agami knows what's up. And just under Dahlia, we have.
I am Iredell Bastion. I play Morgan on this stream, and I sometimes stream Elder Scrolls Online, so you can find me on my page there.
And then last but not least.
I'm Warfox. I play Lee Blaylock. I can be found on this stream and occasionally playing Elder Scrolls on Iredell's stream, and that's about it.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Evan Blade of Revan. I have been your storyteller for this evening. This is my marvelous channel. Thank you very much for joining us. You can find us Mondays here when we're doing our game. Fortunately, the last couple Mondays we've had some hitches and stuff like that and haven't been able to stream. We will be getting back into that very quickly. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys very much for being here, for participating in chat, or for lurking. Any view, any interaction, just having people watch us is always fun, and I just want to thank everybody for that. I hope to see you all back here on Monday. We're going to throw a raid over to my pal Skadoozy. He is running Apex Legends right now. He literally just got out of the hospital for open heart surgery. Like, I think he had to have a valve replaced, and he's been offline for months now, but he's coming back and hitting it strong. We're gonna throw a raid his way, show him some love. When you guys get over there, put some love in his chat. I don't have any real. If you have my emote, if you're a subscriber, use that. If not, throw your favorite in there, and just let him know. Welcome him back to Twitch. He's a great dude, and he helps out a lot of other streamers. Other than that, thank you guys again for showing up, and I hope to see you guys next week on Monday.